problem is we have somehow decided not to shed emphasis on this issue, because all we say is Almajiri as a collective name. But if each individual has a name, has some sort of an identity, then we know exactly that we have another human being, not just an Almajiri. When we put an identity to the face, then we make those poor children more human. Because I think most of us in the world, in northern Nigeria or in parts of the country, we don't look at them as human beings. We just look at them as Almajiri because we don't know their names. Typical. As you can see, this young boy, he's barely 5 years old, maybe 6. He cannot be more than 7 years old. This is the face. This is the face of Almajiri child. A human being just like you and I, that needs to be catered for, that needs love, that needs to be educated, that needs to be clothed, that needs to be given medical care. As you can see, you don't have to be a doctor to see that this child, somebody's child, is actually suffering from all sorts of skin diseases. This is the true face, This is the true face of, or the ambassador of the Almajiri child that we have in northern Nigeria. A new issue. All my life, I have always known that Almajiri child, they are always male children. But then a new trend has started. Now we're beginning to get young girls from God knows where that have been incorporated into this system. Ungodly, if I may use the word. This is not an acceptable thing. I have no idea where this child is from, but as you can clearly see, she is not more than 7 years old. We are trying as much as possible to emphasize on this issue. This shows that it's actually expanded to something that we cannot control. In as much as these young boys are vulnerable, the young girls are extremely vulnerable. It just takes one person to actually abuse any of these vulnerable young girls and young boys. Start now, if we do not put emphasis on this problem, it will consume us. I am trying so hard not to link this sad issue to any of the crises that we have in northern Nigeria, but this is a ticking time bomb. A child that grows up with no love, a child that grows up with no care, no education whatsoever, is going to grow up as a very angry child. An angry child, once he has the hatred from a young age, believe you me or believe you me not, he will end up having no human feelings whatsoever. We must do something about this. As part of the Sani Bello Foundation, and this is an initiative that we've decided to incorporate this year, is to capture every single Almajiri child at least within Kwantagora, and then hopefully with time this will be incorporated in almost every single major city around northern Nigeria. We have to start somewhere. So each child here today will take their biodata, and at the same time we will hopefully issue an ID card for each and every single child, so that each and every single child will have a name to make him more human, so that perhaps we can actually soften the kind heart so that people can actually help. We must find a way to capture this. We must find a way to do something that we haven't done in the past. The mistakes we have done in the past of not doing this has to be corrected, and we have to do it at lightning speed. We must shower these children with love, so that these children, the love that we have for them, will be actually a reciprocal kind of thing. In time, we will succeed with the support of people and our determination, and support by the community, by the teachers from the Islamia schools, by the government. We will hopefully make some sort of an impact.